If you've ever felt totally stuck trying to learn English, well, you definitely know the frustration. We're talking about that poor listening comprehension and, that really nerve-wracking lack of speaking confidence. Today in this explainer, we're tackling a methodology that completely bypasses textbooks and literally forces your brain to process language exactly like a native speaker. Okay, let's dive into this.
It's the ultimate goal, right? But look, the traditional methods of just reading and memorizing endless grammar rules, they often leave learners completely tongue-tied out in the real world. So today, we're unpacking shadowing as the ultimate dynamic solution to train your brain to speak natural-sounding English. This isn't just about studying. It's about conditioning your vocal cords and your mind at the exact same time.
So, what exactly is it? Shadowing is basically this fun, interactive learning experience based on active listening, continuous repetition, and copying a speaker's rhythm and intonation to build fluency. You aren't just hearing words, you're paying intense attention to a native speaker and you immediately mirror it. By doing this, you're training your brain in your mouth to produce English naturally, totally skipping that awkward phase where you try to translate everything in your head first.
Let's walk through the actual mechanics, step by step. First, listen to the speaker slowly. Second, speak at normal speed. Third, copy the rhythm and intonation. And fourth, take turns speaking the lines. Now, I really want to encourage you here. Do not worry about being perfect. The goal right now isn't perfection. It's just to speak clearly and with confidence. The more you repeat, the more natural you're going to sound.
So, the crucial point is how this micro to macro progression works. You don't just start off trying to recite a Shakespeare monologue, right? You start with something super simple like, I walk through the park. By shadowing these bite-sized, repetitive daily sentences first, you're laying down the foundational tracks for your brain to follow.
Let's look at a few more foundational daily practice sentences. Things like, I work in the kitchen, I am freezing, I feel dizzy, or I need help. Shadowing these builds immediate usability for your daily life. But even more importantly, repeating them out loud builds real muscle memory. You're physically preparing your mouth to form English sounds quickly, so when you hit a complex situation, you're absolutely ready.
Now, what's really interesting here is how shadowing naturally teaches you the subtle differences between similar idioms, like drop by versus stop by. In everyday English, drop by is used when visiting a person for a short time, whereas stop by is used when visiting a place before going somewhere else. Instead of just memorizing those rules, shadowing lets you actually feel the difference in context.
Let's see this in action. Imagine shadowing a character named Emma saying this to her friend Jake. I want to visit my grandmother. Do you want to drop by her house with me? By speaking Emma's line out loud, you're using drop by in a social context. Repeating this out loud locks in the grammar and the meaning all at once.
And then you shadow Jake's response. Before we go, I need to stop by the grocery store. I want to buy some fresh fruit for her. Here, you get the physical practice of using stop by for an errand. He's buying apples and oranges for Emma's grandmother. Your brain effortlessly connects stop by with visiting a place on the way to somewhere else.
The method then pushes you a step further into an interactive Q&A phase. You might hear a question like, did Emma have plans after work? The trick here is that you have to try and answer this out loud before the answer is revealed. This active recall forces your brain to retrieve the information fast, which quickly boosts your listening and speaking skills. And you hear the correct answer, yes, she did. She wanted to visit her grandmother. And you repeat that out loud too. Doing these Q&A exercises out loud every single day is literally the key to saying answers quickly and confidently in spontaneous conversations.
If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe for more practical communication tips that help you speak with confidence in any situation. Like this video if you've ever frozen during a conversation. Comment below, what's one situation where you usually freeze up meeting new people, job interviews, public speaking, or everyday conversations? I'd love to hear your experience, and your comment might help someone else feel less alone.
Mastering real-life conversations. Let's move to and see how this builds from simple daily routines into dynamic, real-life situational dialogues.
Take this high-stakes emergency scenario. Mark is stuck in a meeting and ignores his buzzing phone. Meanwhile, Lisa thinks she left the iron on in apartment 4B. Then, a neighbor spots smoke coming from under the door. This is a brilliant setup to help you practice urgent, fast-paced English and intense emotions.
Imagine you're taking on the role of the neighbor calling emergency services, shadowing the line, I see smoke in my building, 4th floor near apartment 4B.
This gives you incredible practice at clear articulation under immense stress. Then, you instantly switch gears and shadow the dispatcher. Leave the building immediately. Do not open the door. The firefighters will check. Notice the massive contrast in tone here? Shadowing these calm, authoritative commands is just excellent practice for varying your vocal pacing.
Here's the resolution. Nobody was inside the apartment. Only the bedroom suffered smoke damage, and Mark and Lisa realized they are safe. And this brilliantly illustrates how shadowing the couple's emotional reunion lets you practice empathetic, reassuring vocabulary. The wild safari scenario. Now we shift to a completely different context, a wildlife safari, to practice descriptive vocabulary and expressions of awe and sudden fear.
Here, you're shadowing statements of pure wonder, like, the zebra herd looks huge from here. Picture the massive wildebeest migration or massive elephants caring for their families. You're training your voice to convey enthusiasm and scale. But suddenly, a leopard approaches the vehicle and the tone shifts. It's coming closer. Please close the window. That was too close for us. You're shadowing a sudden shift from excitement to panic, teaching your brain how to quickly adjust in real time. Finally, you shadow the tour guide, York, laying down the safari rules. Stay calm and keep inside, never scare the animals, do not lean out and keep a safe distance. Shadowing these instructional commands completely rounds out your practice of different types of spoken English and authority. So how will you use shadowing in your daily routine to train your brain for fluency? The technique is simple. Listen, practice, master. Apply this to everything from daily sentences to dramatic real-life stories. Will you stay stuck in a textbook, or will you trust your reflexes and let your muscle memory do the talking?
Thank you for learning with English Clarity. Your support helps us create more free English lessons. Leave a comment below with your answer or your favorite part of today's lesson. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend who wants to improve their English. Until next time, keep practicing and keep speaking.